Africa, a nation bleeds, not from a single wound, but from 1,000 cuts, inflicted by a false union, never meant to endure. This is the story of Nigeria, a giant built on false foundations, now straining beneath the weight of its own contradictions. And at the center of that storm stands the unbroken spirit of Biafra, crying out for freedom from a nightmare that has consumed millions. It began with the rivers of blood in 1966. Thousands of Biafran men, women and children, professionals, traders, students and families who had built lives across the Federation, became targets in the northern city, fueled by ethnic hatred and religious hostility. Mobs descended upon innocent civilians. They were slaughtered in their homes, in crowded markets, and aboard trains carrying desperate families back to the east. Streets were littered with bodies, rivers choked with corpses. Survivors returned to the east carrying trauma, grief, and the painful realization that they were no longer wanted in the Nigerian Union. Biafra, Biafra, voice of truth and freedom. Biafra, Biafra, the rising sun will rise again. Then came May 30th, 1967, a desperate act of survival. What followed were 30 months of unimaginable devastation. The Nigerian military, armed and backed by foreign powers, including Britain, Russia and Egypt, surrounded the young republic. A total blockade was imposed. No food, no medicine, no escape. Starvation became a weapon of war. 5 million, mostly civilians, many of them children, perished during what was not just a conflict, but genocide against Biafra. Bombs fell on markets, hospitals and villages. Communities were razed. The world watched in silence while famine hollowed the faces of innocent children. Some nations spoke out, but many turned away. The war officially ended in paper in 1970 under the declaration, no victor, no vanquished. Yet for Biafrans, the suffering did not end. Their properties were confiscated, courage destroyed. Biafrans were given only 20 pounds regardless of how much they had. Entire families struggled to rebuild shattered lives. The promise of reintegration faded into disappointment. Marginalization deepened in Nigerian government appointments. Infrastructure and control of resources from Biafran land. Oil flowing from the Biafra land enriched the center, while much of the east remained neglected. Roads deteriorated, industries collapsed. Biafra, Biafra, voice of truth and freedom. The rising sun will rise again. The nightmare did not disappear, rather it evolved. Across Nigeria today, violence and insecurity continue to devastate communities. Armed attacks by Fulani herdsmen, terrorists, have left villages destroyed, farmers killed, women violated, children orphaned and churches burned. Boko Haram and its offshoots have unleashed terror across multiple regions in the southeast. Demands for Biafra and self-determination are often met with military crackdowns, arrests and bloodshed. Protesters have been killed, fear and tension continue to rise. These tragedies reflect the deadly consequences of forcing vastly different peoples into one political structure. Through the 1940s 1914 British amalgamation, distinct ethnic nations, religion, traditions, ideologies, and systems of governance were merged without consent and without a shared national vision. The North feudal and religious conservatism can never blend with the South's entrepreneurial drive, and the East Republican individualism attempts to hold the Union together continue to be at the cost of innocent blood. Why does Biafra matter?
Biafra means self-determination.
Biafra represents dignity, survival, and the rights of a people to life and choose their future.
Biafra
Symbolizes resistance, innovation, enterprise, and hope. The vision is of a nation with secure borders, focused development, protection of its citizens, and economic engagement with the world of future, free from oppression, fear, and perpetual conflict. The solution is not endless political conferences, military force or federal quota system, but a peaceful separation based on shared values and voluntary association. History shows that artificial unions often fracture violently, while honest separation can allow wounded nations to recover.
Biafra is not dead, Biafra lives.
It lives because the desire for freedom cannot be extinguished. Nigeria's ongoing crisis, corruption, insecurity, poverty, and division are proof that one structure cannot hold people with dangerous diversities together. For the million already lost, for the children yet unborn.
Biafra,
Biafra independence is non-negotiable. Let Africa remember that true unity cannot be sustained by force. The world must listen before more lives are lost.
Biafra,
Biafra lives, freedom calls. God bless Biafra. God bless the land of the rising sun. God bless Biafra Republic, government in exile, led by Prime Minister His Excellency Okechukwu, for standing tall in the pursuit of Biafra independence.
Biafra, Biafra.
I'm loud. Go Georgia, for all our heroes we make us proud. Go Georgia, Biafra blood, Biafra spirit strong. Go Georgia, their story they live now they make us holy. Go Georgia, dance with joy even if I they cry. Go Georgia, honor our people we pay the price. Go Georgia, me tragedy we no go ever forget. Go Georgia, forever bright, forever we go praise. Go Georgia, go Georgia, go Georgia. Back for 1967, call come out. When trouble show face, hope still stands tall. Them stand ground well to protect their own. Past fire, hunger, rain and heavy stone. Oju cool us with hearts way true. Mama them fight, papa them too. Picking them brave as them walk at the road. Every sacrifice where them them so, na good see them soldier. Them build things with hand and sense we bright. Obunigwe shine like morning light. Pulia strip they touch the sky. Them say we no go die, we go still try. No, we no go let their name just fade away. Their strength now our strength to this very day. Lift your voice, lift your leg, make the rhythm flow. For heroes of old, for heroes of old. May 30 we go stand and sing I'm loud. For all our heroes we make us proud. Biafra blood, Biafra spirit stronger. Their story they live now they make us so. Dance with joy even if I they cry. On our people we pay the price. May 30 we no go ever forget you. Forever bright, forever we go pray. Millions leave us, but now no be vain. Their pain turn to our big gain. Whole world look and learn the truth about human value and brave you. From east go west past every say. We they carry their legacy. Strong sense they run deep inside. Every step where we take, now pride where they guide. Women stand when hope almost go. Them you wound, them show love. You them arise, keep fire, they burn. Freedom dream now waiting we they land. May 30 we go stand and sing I'm loud. For all our heroes we make us proud. Biafra blood, Biafra spirit stronger. Their story they live now they make us solo. Dance with joy even if I they cry. Honor our people we pay the price. May 30 we no go ever forget. Forever bright, forever we go pray. We remember the hunger, we remember the pain. We remember the victory, we come out from rain. No winner, no loser, but spirit no breaking. Promise of peace where them talk, we no go take them for faking. Justice and truth, we hold them high. Under sun and under sky. This be our day, this be our song.
Good evening. Good evening, Biafrans. Good evening, Biafrans. Good morning. Good afternoon. And good night to some of you. Thank you for joining me Welcome, welcome, welcome. Charles, Audrey, I see you. Charles, thank you for joining. I see you, thank you for joining. And all those who have joined us tonight, those of you on X, please share. Thank you for joining us. Those on YouTube, welcome as well. Please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, try as much as possible to subscribe so that anytime we are live, you'll be among the first to know. Those on Facebook, we welcome you as well. This is the platform that is anchored under the Biafran Republic Government in Exile, BRGIE. Okay? Anchored by myself, Mazi David. Reaching you live from my location. Where are you watching us from? Where have you joined us from? I welcome you. And as I welcome you, I also encourage you to welcome others as well. Welcome others as well so that they will partake in today's broadcast. Okay? Yes, today is yet another wonderful and beautiful day, and the awareness creation for Biafran restoration will always continue. We will not stop. We must continue to preach the gospel. We must continue to educate our people. We must continue to enlighten them. And we must also continue to debunk every lies and allegations that is flying out on social media against the Biafran Republic government in exile and against the Prime Minister Mazi Nkere. Yeah, yesterday we touchlighted on the topic that you see today. The topic, this is a continuation of yesterday's topic, okay? And we must continue to do justice to that. We must continue to remind our people and awake them from their slumber, because a lot of our people are sleeping. People no longer make use of their, their innermost reasoning. They don't make use of their number six. People no longer articulate well in order to know the right thing to do at the right time. And it is our job, it is our duty to always remind our people what is needed at any particular time. Yesterday, we were able to prove to you the Biafran Republic government in exile has the mandate of the Biafran people to speak for the people of Biafra. In 2023, we have our self-referendum vote, where over 50 million Biafrans voted to exit Nigeria. That vote was counted in 2024 at the Biafran redeclaration in Lati, Finland. We also let our people understand that the prime ministership position that Ogechukwu Nkere is occupying is an elective position. It's not a right. It is not a prerogative right of anybody to occupy that position. First and foremost, in 2022, Mazi Simon Ekpa was elected, I think 23 thereafter, or 22, if I'm not mistaken. Mazi Simon Ekpa was elected to lead the Biafran Republic government in exile as the prime minister. In 2022, he was elected and he became the prime minister. In 2025, His Excellency Honorable Ogechukwu Nkere was also elected, and he is today the prime minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile. What led to the election of Mazi Ogechukwu Nkere was as a result of the incarceration of Mazi Simon Ekpa, and it exceeded, his incarceration has exceeded the stipulated period of time as stated in the Biafran Charter, I think about 6 months. If a prime minister is incapacitated, either is arrested or he's sick or whatever may make him not to perform his constitutional duties for a period of time, that seat should be filled. And that was what the Biafran government in exile did, where the cabinet members came together and voted that Ogechukwu Nkere became the prime minister. Okay? So we also let you to understand yesterday that Biafrans in the homeland, Biafrans in diaspora, Biafrans all over the world must and should not take orders or instructions or directives from their leaders who are in detention. We also made you to understand that it is not a mark of disrespect. It is not a mark of dishonor or trying to, trying to discourage people from supporting or from appreciating the sacrifices that they made. No, far from that. The reason why the leaders of Biafra, former leaders of Biafra in detention, cannot give order and their order cannot be taken is because they are not free to give the order. And besides, the reason why they were kidnapped or they are being detained in the first place is so that their detainees, we actually prevent them. We actually control whatever they are doing. Their detainees, we always know what they are about to do. Their detainees want to silence them. That was the reason why they have been detained or they were detained. So you taking order from them, that order before it gets to you has already been compromised. Okay? That orders is not going to be done in good faith. In 2022, 23, or 24, when Mazi Nnamdi was still in the custody of the DSS, He let the world understand, the lawyers made the world understand, or made the supporters understand that where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is being kept, there is no way he can even have a confidential discussion with his lawyers, being that the room was bugged, that every conversation that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has with the lawyers that is being eavesdropped by the Nigerian state. These are some of the reasons why, if you are fighting for your freedom, if you are actually committed for the restoration of Biafra, you should understand that when a general falls, when a general have been captured, it is very, very difficult for you to now take instruction coming from that general who is in the enemy camp. In some cases, even if it is in military, in military setting, when a general who knows almost every strategy to defeat the enemy is captured alive, in some cases, his colleagues try to take him out immediately, so that in some cases, even the general will try to take his own life, so that he cannot compromise the information that he has. Because the enemy will always want to force out that information from him or her. And that is the reason why it is very, very difficult and dangerous for you to receive an order from a captured general or from a detained leader to take instruction from him, from the enemy camp. Very, very important. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, while he was here, he was a free man. As of 2020, 18, he was released in 2017. He was a free man speaking. And where he was giving orders, people were listening. The reason why Nigerian government kidnapped him was to stop him from giving those orders and to stop him from promoting Biafra, to stop him from destroying the name of Nigeria in the international community. That was the reason why they tried to silence him. The same thing is applicable to Mazi Simon Ekpa. As of 2024, they also silenced Mazi Simon Ekpa. So all these leaders that are now in the enemy camp, it will be a great disgrace and a disservice to the Biafran people for us that are free, instead of us to forge ahead, instead of us to move with speed, instead of us to use that which we have learned from our leaders and put into practice and into use. Put up a strategy that will destroy the enemies, instead of us to do everything to destroy the enemy. We are now going back to those who are in the enemy camp to take instruction from them. There are a lot of reasons why we should not take instructions from our leaders who are in captivity. So today, we are going to continue from where we stopped. We are going to continue to, give you point by point on why it is not advisable. It is cannot be allowed if you are fighting for survival, if you are fighting for your freedom, and you find your leader in your enemy camp. That leader, you have to do everything to cut any strategical communication with him so that the enemy will not know your plans against them. Very important. So, one of the other reasons why we are not going to take instruction from Mazi Nnamdi, we are not going to take order from Mazi Simon Ekpa is because of the chain of command and legal issues. First of all, the loss of control. Mazi Nnamdi and Mazi Simon Ekpa have lost control on the various groups and government that they are in charge of. Mazi Nnamdi was in charge of IPOB, right? He is no longer in control of that. Mazi Simon Ekpa was the former prime minister of the Biafran Republic government in exile. He is no longer in charge of that because he is in the enemy camp. And Mazi Nnamdi also is in the enemy camp. So the 10 leaders, they lack the operational freedom to assess real-time situation accurately. Do you understand that? While they were here, they have the freedom, they have the operational capacity, okay? They have the operational capacity, the freedom to assess the real-time situation, what is happening in freedom in their group or in the government. Why Simon Ekpa Njoko was here, he was in Finland and he was in coordination with every minister of Biafran Republic government in exile. He has access to them. He can call them on phone. He can have meetings. They can have discussions without the knowledge of the Nigerian state. The same thing happened to Mazi Nnamdi before 2021 that he was kidnapped. You can see he comes online, make broadcast, he talks with people, he listens to people, he plans his strategies. He held meetings on several occasions because he was free. Simon Ekpa was free at that time. So at that time, they were in control. They were in control of their various groups that they are in charge of. Mazi Nnamdi was then in control of IPOB. Mazi Simon Ekpa was then in charge, in control. Not that he was totally in control of Biafran Republic government in exile, but he is the prime minister then, and he has access to some privileged information which cannot be divulged, where the enemy cannot even have an opportunity of accessing such information. So now that they are in detention, they lack the control, they lack the operational freedom to assess the real-time situation, what is happening in BRGIE, what is happening in IPOB. So therefore, since they lack that operational freedom to assess real-time situation, to proffer solution on issues, to be able to have meetings and discuss strategies, since they lack that freedom. So it is not advisable for them to now order people around, or for you that is now free, that can assist the real-time situation accurately, for you to now, instead of you to use what you have learned during the time that he was here to forge ahead, you are now drawing yourself back and drawing the government back in order to go back to Simon or to go back to Mazi Nnamdi KANU to take instruction or to take directive from them on how to move the government forward. It is very, very bad. And that is why Biafran Republic government in exile will not, must not take orders from Mazi Nnamdi KANU or Mazi Simon Ekpa. Very, very important. We understand that. Another reason is that Mazi Nnamdi KANU and Mazi Simon Ekpa will always operate under duress. Before they were kidnapped or before they were detained, they were so free. They were not coerced. They were not forced to issue orders. They were not forced to have meetings. Okay? But tonight that they are in detention, orders issued under their captivity are presumed or supposedly to be under duress. And therefore, those orders can never be obeyed, or we regard them as null and void or invalid. Yes, and it is even playing out. Because why I said so is that why Mazi Simon Ekpa was free, then he was saying that anybody that is fighting against Biafra, against Biafran restoration and Biafran freedom, will be held into account, right? He was not under duress. He was not coerced while he made this statement. He was very much free. Now that you are hearing that Simon Ekpa, the same Simon Ekpa, is now suing Biafran Republic government in exile, a government that he so much praised, a government that even make a statement that now that Biafran Republic government in exile have been reactivated, that nobody is now going to take Biafran people. Nobody is going to take Biafran people unawares, or nobody is going to take them hostage, because he understands what Biafran government in exile stands for. So if Mazi Simon Ekpa was against people that are trying to destroy Biafran government in exile, and he spoke vocally against that, now that he's even himself is joining suit against Biafran Republic government in exile, that should be a red flag for every one of us who is outside to understand that Mazi Simon Ekpa might be under unlawful duress. Okay? He may be forced to do what he is doing. They might have given him condition under which he can be released, and he will play to their script. That is the more reason why it is very dangerous for anybody to listen, to try to take order from him. The same thing applies to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that whoever knows what he or she must do for Biafra to come should do it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu understand that we will get to a stage where we are no longer going to fight under group, that we must have a government. And the way, the manner the government is going to come, it is the Biafran people's will, how it was going to come. And eventually we had this Biafran Republic government in exile. And the same government, prime minister, and the lobbyists and attorneys are in Washington, D.C., lobbying effortlessly, same always, for the American government, for the congressmen, American State Department, for them to recognize Biafra and give us an opportunity to exercise our right to self-determination. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu understands this very well. It's the same Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that is now telling you that Brigi should be quashed. So when you see that what they stood for at the onset is not what they are standing for by now, you should understand that taking order from them will be very disastrous to Biafran Republic government in exile. Very, very important. Under military rule or under military authority, standard military and political doctrines dictate that command automatically passes to a designated deputy once a leader is captured. You see what they are saying here. If it is under military, government or under military rule, that once your leader has been captured, what happens? Automatically, the deputy to that leader becomes the leader. He now takes over the responsibility, the duty of the leader that was captured. Okay? He now takes over the position of the leader that was captured. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was captured in Kenya. So who takes over his authority? Who takes over his position? Mazi Simon Ekpa was arrested in Finland. Who takes over his position? Under the Biafran Charter, it was stipulated, it was stated clearly that when the prime minister is incapacitated for a period of time, the cabinet will now replace him with a new leader through election. That was the reason Ogechukwu Nkere came on board. He was voted in to be the prime minister, and today he is the prime minister. So are you now going to tell us that when your leader is in detention, he controls what happened from the inside, or that it is his order that you are going to implement outside? It is going to affect the government on a very negative way, because his actions, the decisions, and the orders you are going to take from him will always be monitored by those who detained him, by those who arrested him. So those orders are very much invalid. Those orders will be to the detriment of the government of Biafra because their position has already been compromised. You see that? So that is the reason why Biafrans, you should understand that once your leader has been captured by the enemy, there is no need, it is a no-go area to even allow him to advise the government that is in charge of the liberation while he's inside. Now, there are strategies, security and strategic risk when you take orders from your leaders in detention. It's very, very important. It says here that hostage leverage. Captors can force the leader to issue orders that work forces into traps or surrender strategic assets. Exactly. While we were doing sit at home, you saw how they were telling you that, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu say everybody should stop sit at home. Why sit at home was adversely affecting the operational capacity and making sure that the GDP of the Nigerian state was dropping drastically. The government came with their propaganda. Their propaganda was focused on the Southeast, now telling you that sitting at home is affecting the Southeasterners, that is not affecting the government. Okay, that is a government propaganda. But meanwhile, they have used Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who is inside, to pass the message. You see how they work? They use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name, who we were sitting at home because we said until they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Biafrans continue to sit at home. Now they told you that the sit at home is affecting the Easterners, and that those who are sitting at home are the same those who are enforcing the sit at home, and thereafter or thereby buying some people. But there is no truth in what they were saying. The reason why they did that because they want to get your feelings. Okay? They want to use emotional blackmail to make you feel, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, because you are emotionally attached to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they now use his name to make you to abandon sit at home, which it was later that people learned that sit at home was adversely affecting the growth GDP of Nigeria, and that the state government, Anambra, the eastern states that predominantly were sitting at home, that they were losing large sums of money on a monthly basis because of the sit at home. But they kept it, they blanketed it out of the media. They only focused that, oh, sit at home is affecting the poor, it's affecting the masses, that, oh, our people are dying because of hunger. That is government propaganda. So they sit at home. The Nigerian government was using Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as a leverage to tell the people, to deceive the people, that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have cancelled the sit at home. So you see the reason why we cannot take orders from our leaders in detention, because the captors will force the leader to issue orders that work forces into traps or surrender strategic assets. Has Has it been that Biafran Republic government in exile acceded to this propaganda of Nigerian government stopping sit at home? Believe you me, Mazi Nnamdi would not be alive till today. But the Biafran government stood their ground. We said no, that we are not going to take order from Mazi Nnamdi until the Nigerian government releases him. Okay? So we are not going to take order from any leader in detention. Now, another disadvantage, another reason why we cannot take instruction or take orders from any leader in detention is because of information warfare. Disobeying detained order, detained orders prevent the enemy from using your own leader as a psychological weapon against you. You see that? He said, disobeying the leaders who are in detention orders. If you disobey Mazi Nnamdi order, it will prevent the Nigerian government from using Mazi Nnamdi as a psychological weapon against you, against us. But if you don't disobey the orders, they will use it as a psychological warfare against us. Okay? But once we disobey that order, we have prevented the Nigerian government from that psychological warfare that they wanted to use Mazi Nnamdi to promote. See the reason why? So when the Biafran Republic government in exile says we are not going to take order from our leaders in detention, it is strategic and very, very important. And Nigerian government understand that. But the people who do not understand that are people who do not reason, people who are myopic, people who cannot see beyond their nose, people who cannot think deep and understand that once you are in your enemy's camp, every order should be silent. Every order that is coming from you should never be allowed to get through, should never be obeyed, because it will be counterproductive. Okay? It cannot benefit your people. Taking order from Mazi Nnamdi or Simon Ekpa cannot benefit the Biafran people. Okay? It will only benefit Nigeria because they have been coerced, they are under duress, and the Nigerian government will use that order as a psychological warfare against the people. You see, that is why BRGI is stand their ground, gidigbam, to make sure that no order from Mazi Nnamdi or Simon Ekpa will be obeyed. As a matter of fact, we, the people that are free, are the ones who should be giving order, because our orders are not compromised, our orders are not made under duress. Okay, our orders we are not coerced into taking those orders. That is very important. So another reason why we must not take order from Mazi Nnamdi or Simon Ekpa is because of the compromised channel. Any communication channel originating from the detention facility is monitored and controlled by the adversary. Ima na-agwa our people They think or they thought that we hate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Maybe some people will look at the topic that I have and say, oh, we are disrespecting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or we are disrespecting Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Was he not the prime minister? Or is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra? Has he not contributed a lot in the freedom of the Biafran people? They did not understand the reason why this topic is here. The reason why this topic is here is what I'm reading to you right now. He said, any communication channel originating from a detention facility is monitored and controlled by the adversary. In other words, any message coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been monitored. Any message coming from Simon Ekpa Njoko have been monitored and is being compromised before you even get to you. The Nigerian government have put am I going to a counter order, or they have even known what you wanted to do, so they have to go and block it, or they go and make sure that that order is not effective when it gets to the desired you know to the desired group. Okay, so you see, it's very important that people need to get to learn what and what why the reason why we say we cannot take order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Very, very important. He said to help provide more specific historical or legal context, you have to understand that the enemy are strategizing. The enemy want to make sure that you did not succeed. The enemies of Biafra want to make sure that we did not succeed in getting Biafra. So Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a very good asset to them. Now that they have him in their custody, they will do everything humanly possible to destroy any order that is coming from him that is going to promote Biafra. So any order that is coming from him, they are going to stop it. They will make sure it's being compromised. Okay? They will compromise that order. That order cannot be effective when it gets to its destination. That order is not going to yield the desired result. They have already seen it. They have already seen the message. If it is a coded word, they have already understood. So how now is it going to be effective? It's not going to happen. That is the reason why Biafrans will not take order from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Mazi Simon Ekpa Njoko. Very, very important. So when you see people saying that, oh, we are disrespecting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Simon Ekpa Njoko, they have done this, they have done that. There is no doubt about that. They have contributed immensely for this freedom. But at the same time, taking order from them is going to destroy the freedom that they have contributed immensely to have for their people. It is very important that we understand that. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was here. Why do you think that Sokoto declaration happened in Sokoto and the Nigerian government allowed Sokoto declaration? Why do you think that the lawyers of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can go to Sokoto and come out, come back? They are gallivanting all over Nigeria. Nobody is harassing them. Nigerian government is not disturbing any of them. Why? Why? Rather, the Nigerian government is fighting against Biafran government in exile that is headquartered in Maryland, United States of America. But they are not fighting Aloye Jimako. They are not fighting Maswell. They are not fighting Ejiofor, Nnemeka Ejiofor. They are not fighting Mandela that are with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Every time they tell you, oh, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is this and that. They'll tell you that, oh, 100 men, this and that in Sokoto. The same Nigeria that want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu dead by all means so that he will not talk about Biafra. The same Nigeria that never wanted to hear anything about Biafran restoration will now allow you to have 100 men for Biafra while you are in Sokoto. We now allow you to do Sokoto declaration. Now that in their detention, we now allow you to form a group that is going to restore the same Biafra that they kidnapped you in 2021. Yeah, haba mana. Use your common sense. There is more to it than meet the ordinary eye. So what am I trying to say? I want you to know that what you see playing out, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu in detention, and all these lawyers coming out now and then and telling you what you want to hear, is a Nigerian script that is being played. It's a Nigerian script. But why the Nigerian government are paying no attention to what they are doing? Because they are helping Nigeria. They are playing the script of Nigeria. Nigerian government is focusing on Washington, D.C. They are focusing on the Biafran Republic government in exile, trying to lobby American government to arrest Ogechukwu Nkere. For what? Because Ogechukwu Nkere and the Biafran government in exile are the ones who are destroying Nigeria in Washington, D.C., are the ones who are exposing. BRGIE government is exposing the atrocity that Nigerian government is committing in Washington, D.C. Okay? That is the reason why they are paying thousands, millions of dollars in Washington, D.C. to make sure that the issue of Biafra is going nowhere. But thank God, even as they are lobbying to destroy Biafra, they are also afraid. They are also afraid because Biafran government in exile is unstoppable. A lot has happened under BRGIE. A lot is also happening as we speak. Because American government understands very, very vividly that Biafran government in exile is representing the Biafran cause. They also understand that Nigerian government will stop at nothing to see how they can destroy BRGIE. They understand that very much. And that is why America is working with BRGIE. America also understands that there are a lot of other groups. There are a lot of other groups. But the reason they are not going to work with any other group is because they cannot work with a group except that group have met the criteria for statehood. or have met the multi-video conventional requirement. And it can never be a group. You must have to form a government. A group cannot be a government. You see the difference? You must have a government. You must define your territory. Okay? You must have a population. You must have an army. Okay? So this is the things that people should understand, that the Biafran government in exile have met every criteria, and that is why we are in Washington DC. And instead of all these leaders in detention, to focus on the support and encourage those who are supporting them. Since they want freedom, since Mazi Nnamdi want freedom and Simon Ekpa wants freedom of Biafra, they should focus on Biafra Republic government in exile. Because in the history of Biafran restoration, there have never been a period that Biafran Republic government in exile had one-on-one with the American government, sitting in the same chair, discussing the cause of Biafra. It has never happened, only in this era, in this dispensation, only under this leadership. And that is why we are not joking with our freedom. And you can imagine, when you go to Biafran government website, you can see the great achievement that Briggy have done. But he did not find it worthy. Mazi Nnamdi and Mazi Simon Ekpa did not find it worthy to understand that Briggy is the government that everybody should focus and support. Why are they only focusing about how to take directive and taking instruction from them? Why? Because they are under duress, because they are coerced, because their orders have been compromised, because the Nigerian government can do anything, can convince them with anything so that they can bring down Biafra. And once they succeed in bringing down Biafra, then what will be our situation? What will be the condition of the Biafrans who have died since 1967? What will be the position of those who have died since 1970 till date? What will be the position of the likes of Ikonso, those who were killed for Biafra? What about Mgbochi or Gbogboya, those who were murdered for Biafra? So what you want is Nigerian government should go ahead. Nigerian government should destroy Biafra. Because while you are supporting Mazi Nnamdi and Simon Ekpa, that is what you are invariably saying, that, oh, you don't want Biafra. You are tired of Biafra. How can you go from stage 3, you are now coming down to stage 0? How can we go up? From up, we are coming down. We cannot allow that to happen. And that is why we encourage every one of you, if you have not been supporting this government, this is the time to support Biafran government in exile. Because that is the only government that is representing the Biafran cause. Please, if you want to join me on the studio, okay, let me put the link. If you want to join me on the studio, please click the link and join me on the studio. We are not going to take order from our leaders in detention. Their orders are compromised. Their orders have been coerced. Their orders are not going to profit the Biafran people anything. The Nigerian government are using orders from them as a psychological warfare against the Biafran people. And when they understand that we are not taking order from them, it will be a problem to them. So it will destroy that their evil plans against the Biafran people. And that is our stand. We are not going to take order from our leaders in detention, not today, not tomorrow, not ever. Rather, we are the ones who are free. We have the template to Biafra. We have a government. We have a prime minister. And the government has a template to restore Biafra. So the orders or directives from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Simon Ekpa are not going to help us. They're not going to help us. And besides, as of 2022, when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped in 2021, Mazi Simon Ekpa made it categorically clear that the government is not going to listen to any order coming from DSS custody. He made it categorically clear that we are not going to take any order coming from DSS custody, because that order has been compromised. Unless they want they release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, then they give him a safe passage to Finland. That is the only time any order that is coming from him can be appreciated and as well approved and taken into consideration and implemented by the Biafran people. So now that the same Mazi Simon Ekpa is in detention, do you expect the government of Biafra to now take order from him? It's not going to happen. So that is the position, and that is the situation. Join me on the studio if you want to.
We belong where we belong. In the rising sun of a new dawn, a nation stood tall on her own ground. May 30, 1967, the flag was raised. Land of the rising sun, freedom proclaimed. All over Biafra land, the people sang and danced, tired of broken promises and iron chains. In July 6, 1967, Nigeria waged a genocidal war against the young republic. The drums of war began to sound. Nigeria can start on our
Join us on the studio.
1960.
Click the link to make your own contribution.
The day hope was born.
Click the link.
Rivers ran
Join us on the studio and make your contribution.
in the shadow of fire.
Come and tell us the reason why you want us to take order from our leaders.
Biafra, your name we call.
Attention.
Though they try to bury you behind the wall, your spirit lives in every soul that knows the price of freedom and the blood that flows.
Come and tell us the reason why we must take order from our leaders in detention. Okay? I want you to come and counter this decision.
Blockade and hunger became their
It is
soul.
for the benefit of the Biafran people
Scars on bodies
and the
of
Biafran
young
cause. that we do not listen to leaders who are
in shallow
incarcerated.
ways, while the world
We do not
walks
take
in
orders
love
from
right
them.
away. From
Rather,
Bullies
it
Street
is our duty
to the
to free
starving
them
field,
out of
a
that
million
detention.
souls crossed
Okay?
into
And taking
eternity.
orders from them is going to compound
We call it
their
genocide.
situation.
Our peoples will refuse to
So
die.
it's very
May
important
30,
that our people, it is not out of hatred,
the day hope
okay?
was born.
It is out of love that we are not going to take order from them. Okay, right. Of course,
In the shadow of
okay.
Biafra,
And since they are in the enemy camp,
our spirit lives in every
it's
soul.
very, very bad to take decision based on their suggestion of detention. It's not going to help the Biafran cause. So that is the reason why
Only survivors.
the government can defend it. The Mazi Nnamdi, we exonerated any action that the Biafran government have taken.
In the heart of a
Okay?
nation,
They are not the one who is in charge. We have a prime minister who is in charge. We have a government that is in charge. Join me on the studio. And I will let our people know it's bad to listen and take that from leaders who are in detention.
we say it loud and clear. Never again. Never again. Never again. Biafra independence and not negotiable.
Non-negotiable.
Biafra leaves today in confusion. The terrorist killings everywhere in Nigeria, no surrender. God bless Biafra Republic, government in exile. Under the leadership of Prime Minister, His Excellency Ogechukwu Nkere, for standing tall for Biafra independence and freedom. God bless Biafra. God bless Biafra. God bless Biafra, the land of the rising sun. God bless Biafra. God bless Biafra. God bless Biafra, the land of the rising sun.
God bless Biafra, the land of the rising sun. God bless Biafra, the land of God itself. So if you are a Biafran, anywhere that you are listening from all over the world, it's time we come together and support our freedom. It's time we put aside our envy, our jealousy, our greed, our hatred. It's time we put it aside and embrace freedom. Our people have suffered a lot, a lot, a lot. Our people have died enough. Our people have died enough. The price of one Nigeria, we have paid the greatest price of this one Nigeria. And even at that, we are not welcome. We are not loved. We are not appreciated. This is the reason for Biafra. There is no other reason. Oh, you know, a na-ekwu okwu Biafra dịka enwe any other thing eji wee hiwe Biafra. The reason for Biafra is for us to be free out of Nigeria so that we can develop at our own pace, so that we can build infrastructure and build a very sane society. Okay? We can be able to develop. Look at when you go to places, you dream of going to America. You dream of going to Dubai. You dream of going to China. You dream of going to United Kingdom. You dream of going to Ireland. Those places is the same people that have one hair. The same thing that we have is what they have. In fact, in cases, our land is so blessed more than theirs. But because they put their people first above personal interest, okay, they develop their land. They use the resources that they have to develop their land for the benefit of their people. This is exactly what the Biafran government in exile intend to do. Once Biafra is fully recognized, the government will form a transitional government in the homeland. This transitional government in the homeland will now oversee the elections, will now oversee the political system in Biafra land, and make sure that people do the right things. This is why we need Biafra. Biafra is not a right of, it is not the prerogative right, is the only right of Mazi Nnamdi, of Simon Ekpa or Ogechukwu Nkere. Biafra is for each and every one of us. So if we make Biafra better, it is going to be better for everybody. If we don't get Biafra, every one of us will suffer it. That is the irony of it all. Because if you think that, oh, you are stopping BRUGIE from getting Biafra, if you feel that when that Biafra comes, it is only BRUGIE that is affected, you must be joking. If you stop BRUGIE, you have stopped yourself. If you stop BRUGIE, you have already stopped yourself. But if Biafra, the people of Biafra, if Biafra and the people of Biafra decide that Biafra will be restored today and tomorrow, believe you me, before long, we are going to be free. If Biafra is recognized, it is going to be for the benefit of Tom and Jerry, Dick and Harry. Everybody is going to benefit. So if you think that fighting Ogechukwu Nkere or fighting Brigi or fighting cabinet members, that, oh, that is going to, make Biafra come faster, do it now. Do it and let Biafra come faster. But believe you me, fighting Ogechukwu Nkere, fighting Brigi, fighting the cabinet, you are trying to destroy the process of Biafran restoration. Yes, you are taking us back. That is what you are doing. And you are also taking yourself back. Because Biafra is for the benefit of every Biafran. It's not for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or Ogechukwu Nkere or for Simon Ekpa alone. It is for each and every one of us. So we must do the right thing so that we can be free out of Nigeria. So nobody wants to, okay. My brother Reg and Fury, welcome to the questionnaire platform once again. Can you hear me? Mazi, can you hear me? Reg, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Please, if you can hear me, go out and come back again. go out and come back again. So, like I was saying, let me take you down, go out and come back again. Okay. So, like I was saying, Biafra is for every one of us. Biafra is for our children, so that when we are no more, our children can enjoy Biafra. Okay? For those of you who think that when Biafra is restored, that is a property of anybody, Biafra is nobody's property. It is everybody's property. It will be for the benefit of every Biafran that Biafra is restored, so that all these things that we pass through in Nigeria will cease to exist. Okay? So let us now come out and fund our freedom. We have a lobbyist in Washington, D.C. You have an attorney. These people are doing their job diligently. The only obstacle that we have is finance. And that is why we are appealing to Biafrans to come and support their freedom. Very important. Rage, can you hear me? Unmute yourself. It's already unmuted. I can't hear you, Mazi. Can you hear me? Rage, you can't hear you, Mwachineke. I don't know what is wrong with your this thing today. I don't know what is wrong with your network today. We can't hear Rage. So while we are waiting for Rage to come,
Purpose, moving along, the light keeps shining for all to see. Say we no go die, we go still try. No, we no go let their name just fade away.
Rage, you can't hear you.
To this very day. Lift your voice, lift your legs, make the rhythm flow. For heroes of folk,
Rage, can you hear me?
may party we go stand and sing am loud. For all our heroes, we make us proud.
You can't hear you, Rage.
Biafra blood, Biafra spirit.
Okay, wait, let me see. Let me see if I don't know.
Even if I dey cry,
Yeah, it's fine.
on our people we pay the price. May thirty we no go ever forget you. Forever bright, forever we go.
Rage, you can't hear you. I don't know what is wrong with your network today. If you can go out and come back again, let us see if you can be audible.
Millions leave us, but now no be vain. Their pain turn to our big
So like I was saying, the Biafran Republic government in Ezra have a lot that is doing on a daily basis in Washington, D.C. Now, wow, you can't unmute. But here now, you are unmuted here already. You are muted here already. I don't know what is actually happening. Can you hear me now? I removed you, come back again. So the Biafran government is doing enough to make sure that we are free out of Nigeria. Our Prime Minister Nkere is committed. Our lobbyist Mazi Nnamdi doing the best that he can. The cabinet members are doing their best as well. So what we need is your financial support. Very, very important. Rage. I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is happening. Can you hear me? Our sister Mary Techcamp, good evening from here and welcome. Reg, can you hear me? Wandibo, greetings from here. Ikukuchuku, greetings as well. Anya Enyelo Gotores. Hello. Can you hear me? Our minister, Emenike.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the questionnaire. You are audible. The Biafran people are listening, sir.
I want to thank you, sir, for the enviable work you are doing.
Thank you.
I really knock off my hat to you because it is not easy. You know, you work hard every day and then you provide for your family and then you make time to talk to Biafrans, which is remarkable. I really, I commend you.
Thank you, sir.
And I also, yes, and I also appreciate Biafrans who are listening to you because I love the way you describe or to explain certain things or certain patterns that the Biafrans are not accustomed to.
There was sir.
So I am really happy that you are able to take these complicated messages apart so that Biafrans can understand it.
There was.
I praise you for doing that work.
There was sir.
Now, I want you to know that our Biafrans have been, for many, many years, they have been lied to. In fact, everything they're listening to from the days of Nigerian radio, broadcasting until today is all lies. They are all manipulated. And as we say, the leopard does not change its spots.
Exactly.
And so, yeah. And so the Nigeria government will never change the way they operate. In fact, the way they operate is a template of the UK government. Because if you go back to the history of British conquest of Igbo land, that's exactly what they did. They used our own, they punished our people for resisting, and in the end, better firepower, overcame us. And so our people need to understand that once your leader is in the hands of your enemy, it doesn't matter how strong your leader is. they will break your leader. Because we are all susceptible to this thing called pain. And so our people don't realize that there are all kinds of chemicals that can be fed to anybody who is not desired to be free, to make them not know what they are saying. And so Nigeria government learned from the UK government, and so it's no surprise that these so-called lawyers representing Mazi Nnamdi are the same ones who are coming to propagate messages supposedly to stop Biafra. And we know that cannot be true, because Mazi Nnamdi had told us a long time ago that if at any time he starts to sound like Owenegesi, that we should take him out.
Exactly.
And let somebody else lead. And so we take those words that he said before he was abducted in Kenya, and then extraordinarily renditioned to Nigeria, and of course kept in isolation in the dungeon of ESS, in darkness too, for a very long time. So we know no human, we are all human. No human can sustain those kinds of abuse. And it does not mean we don't love Mazi Nnamdi. But I want people to understand that our approach today is different from the approach in 1967 to 1970. Our approach is not a battlefield type. No. Our approach is now to understand how the influence of powerful nations on earth can come to bear on what Nigeria is doing to Biafrans. And we have discovered that. And you know, the Most High has blessed us to be able to discover that. And we are putting it to practice. And it's working.
Exactly.
And our people need to understand that Biafra Republic government in exile, under the leadership of His Excellency Honorable Ogechukwu Ngere, is moving mountains in Washington, D.C., Capitol Hill. And just today, I opened my eyes to find out that the president, Donald J. Trump, has requested a file of the Islamic Nigeria president's drug case.
Okay.
And to me, that is a welcome development.
Yes.
Because he has no business trying to, secretly destroy my prime minister and Biafra Republic in exile, because he's been trying to do this for a while now.
Okay.
And so the hunter
Now,
is about to be hunted.
exactly. That's great.
And we are all excited about that because he cannot get away from it. And that means that the government of Donald J. Trump is going to be focusing on Nigeria even more so.
Okay.
So our people need to understand that we have formed a very strong bond with the U.S. A strong bond that not even the parties can destroy.
Okay.
Yes. And because we are meeting both parties and showing them what Nigeria is doing. And I don't know any party in America that will say, oh, we like terrorists. And we like the fact that 9/11 happened. And so it doesn't matter who is in power. Our issue is front and center. Biafran issue is front and center in the United States Senate, in the United States House of Representatives, and in the United States Executive. And that might also mention judiciary, because that's where we started. We started at the Department of Judiciary, the Judiciary Department. That's where we registered with. And so we are in every conceivable corner of the United States administration, and that you can think of. And so the only thing our people just need to do is to understand that their salvation is at hand. They don't need to be crying, oh, things are difficult, everything is expensive, and we don't have any money, we are going hungry. Because they are the ones holding themselves. It's time for them to understand that Nigeria is gone. In fact, Nigeria has been gone for almost 10 years now. And another fact they don't realize is Nigeria expired in, I think it's 1 January 2014.
Yeah, exactly.
And that expiration means, from the European way of thinking, that expiration means Nigeria is no man's land. So whoever grabs it first is theirs. So there's another scramble going on now, and Fulanis are the ones doing the scrambling. The first scramble was for Africa in 1884, where they went to Berlin, the Berlin Conference, and they shared Africa like a cake. There were no Africans represented. And right now, we are having another scramble, but this one is for that territory they called Nigeria that came from original scramble of 1884. And the Fulanis, that's why you see the Fulanis bringing all their people in. Because they know the Nigeria does not look like Nigeria. But people are lying to our people. Some people, some unscrupulous characters are going around telling our people, oh, we need a new Nigeria. Leadership can, no. In fact, they are so ignorant that our people shouldn't listen to them anymore, because it doesn't take 60 years to develop a nation.
Exactly.
It doesn't take that long. And so our patience has worn out.
Long time.
And
Yeah.
a long time, yes. So I don't know why our people keep listening to anything that, that basically puts them at the mercy of the Fulanese, of the caliphate specifically. see, so I encourage our people to start to think and turn around their mindset to understand that no governor in all of Southeast is working for Biafra. They are all working for Nigeria, because the only way a governor will get to that post is when they swear allegiance to the caliphate and they hold them to that allegiance. And I'm not going to go into how they hold them, but for some reason, whatever they use to hold them keeps them, very obedient to the caliphate. And so it doesn't matter what they do. If they like, they can be building golden roads and titanium bridges. They still serve the caliphate, and they will deliver our people to the caliphate. And so our people need to understand that they have a right to say no to the governors, to their chairman, or I don't know, whoever their representatives are. They have a right to say, no, we are tired. We don't want this governance anymore. So that's where I'm going to leave that. And I hope our Biafrans will understand that they have a God-given right. Nobody on earth can take that right away. Nobody. And we have a large population. We have a territory called Biafra. And we have everything that it takes to have a nation. And we cannot allow these foreigners from Frutajala to take hold of it. It's not going to happen. So the sooner they can support Biafra Republic government in the sky, the sooner they will get out of their misery. Right now, Nigeria is hell. And we are offering them a better, much better option. In fact, it is no comparison. Just like Emenke said, Biafra will be the kingdom of heaven on earth. And I stake myself to that comment that Biafra will be the kingdom of heaven on earth.
You say?
Why don't they try something else? They've been lied to from 1914. We've been lied to and lied to, and they are still telling us lies.
Exactly.
I mean, we've been intimidated, we've been assaulted, we've been harassed, we've been reduced to a marginal level by now. If not by the grace of God, we would have been completely, dehuman. Destroyed completely. But thank you that Mazi Nnamdi came on time. Thank you that Mazi Ekpa also picked up the mantle or the baton where it fell off the hands of Mazi Nnamdi. And thank you to Honorable Oge Chukwunkere for picking up the baton when it fell off Mazi Ekpa's hand. we have a a precursor of our constitution, you see, and we will follow that precursor. We will follow it letter by letter, word by word, both in spirit and in time. We will follow it. We are not going to deviate from it one little. And so I tell Biafrans that it's time they stop listening to these people who have already sold them out. And they have nothing to lose. In fact, they have a lot to gain. A lot. So I will leave this here so other people can participate in this discussion. And I thank you, Minister David, and thank you so much for your tenacity, your dedication to this, because it's not easy. It's not easy. All
Thank
right,
you.
sir. I'll leave it here, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, our minister, one of the great ministers of Brigade Cabinet, those who make things happen for Biafra, Minister Emenike from the United States of America. It's really an honor to have you on my platform tonight. I really appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. You have already made my day. You have made my night. There was there was a thank you so much. I really appreciate you, my minister. Yes, so Biafrans. Okay, sir. Biafrans, you have just listened to the minister, one of the great ministers under Briggy. I'm telling you. One of the great ministers under Briggy, Minister Emenike of the North and South America. He is very much in charge and making sure that things work properly. These are people who are close to the government of the United States of America. You saw the bombshell that he dropped right now. Because of the activities, because of the lobbying effort of Briggy, and because of the exposition that Biafran government in exile is doing on Nigeria and the drug lord president, the United States President Donald J. Trump have requested for the drug lord file. And you see Nigeria, no wonder this information that we've just gotten now is a confirmation of what has been happening in Nigeria. Everybody is scrabbling to grab as millions and millions of naira and dollars that they can lay their hands on. You can see that they use the police headquarters now. They use it to extort money from Nigerians. They use it to extort money to commit crime, fraud. They use it to commit fraud. Even in the presidency, they create fraudulent agencies that are now padded into the Nigerian budget to make money out of the Nigerian people, out of the Nigerian resources, because they know that Nigeria have already expired. So everybody is scrambling. Everybody is scrambling to grab as many as they can lay their hands on. But yet, our people have not seen the handwriting on the wall that why these things are happening, they should support Biafran freedom. Yes, because most of this scrambling they are making, most of this money they are taking out of Nigeria is coming from Biafra land and Biafran territory. Your money, my money. So instead of you to now join hands with Biafran government in exile so that we can be free out of Nigeria, you are now promoting Nigeria government evil agenda on Biafra. You don't know that the issue of taking order from Mazi Nnamdi and Simon Ekpa is a script of the Nigerian state. You don't know that the Sokoto Declaration and all the lawyers that are enjoying in Nigeria, you can see how their stomach, they are making money out of Avid, out of Rising Sun, out of Ambassador, out of IP, every arm of the groups that they have created themselves, they are making money out of it. So they will not support the government that they know. Instead of government to give you money, government need money from you in order to fund our freedom. That is why they are not supporting Biafran Republic government in exile, because of their own selfish interest. Because of their selfish interest. But they are not going to destroy what government is doing to restore our nation. As you can see, our people, you continue to, see the great work that BRGIE has done, and our Prime Minister, Mazi Nnamdi, he has done excellently well, and our lobbyist in Washington, D.C., making sure that Nigeria is destroyed. Even as Nigeria is doing everything human, they were doing it in secret, but it is now in the open, lobbying American government, lobbying some part of, Congress, to see how they can, silence our prime minister from doing the needful that he's doing in Washington, D.C. But they are not going to succeed, because Donald J. Trump have come to repair what was destroyed and what was broken. And that is what he's doing. Nigerian government is going to find it very, very hot from the hand of the United States government, because America have been furnished with every detailed information about the atrocities that Nigerian government have committed in Biafra land. America have been furnished. Who furnished them? Who furnished America with detailed information about Nigerian government atrocities? It is only Briggy. You see all these pictures that you see our prime minister coming out, and you see that you think that when they when they have meetings and post these pictures, that there are no meetings attached to it. It is those pictures that you see that their results are coming out now. So when we tell you come and support BRGI, when we tell you come and support Mazi Nnamdi, you think it's about him. It is about us as a people. It is about making sure that Nigeria is destroyed. Because if Nigeria is not destroyed, Nigeria is going to destroy us. But thank God, the generation of Biafrans that are here, we are very much committed to make sure that Nigeria is destroyed and they will have our freedom. So Biafrans, anywhere that you are, this is the time to come on board and support Biafran government in exile with your AJ and Ejemma. Visit our website tonight, www.biafrarepublicgovernment.org, and punch in your AJ and Ejemma, your support to this freedom, your support to this restoration. We have our lobbyist, we have our attorney, okay? We have the Biafran Defense Forces. We have the special squad, the special what is that? Intelligence department. Okay, we have the newly created groups that was added to the Biafran Liberation Army. These are the special forces, and they need all the necessary materials, arms and ammunition to function. How are they going to be equipped? If you don't donate, if you don't support, how will the men, the Biafran Defense Forces, the BLAs and all the rest of them, how are they going to feed? When they are injured in battle, who is going to take care of their medication, their treatment? What about their feeding? All these things are capital intensive. So when we say you should come and support, you are not giving anybody your money. This is not the era of IPOB where you have continental rep, you have African rep, you have this rep, you have this rep, and each and every one of them have salary attached to their portfolio. That era have gone. We are under the government, where the government now oversees every action that is going to free us out of Nigeria. And we are no longer giving people money. We don't give people money to go and pay for us. No, it's either you go to the website and punch in your donation, and there is a link where you can join and put in your support so that our land will be protected, so that our women and children will be protected as well. So it is a collective responsibility. It's not only for Ogechukwu Nkere or those in diaspora, those in the homeland who are in ground zero. You have an honest task ahead of you as well. So if you don't support, how are we going to make things work out the way government wants it for the people? So Bikon Omo Biafra, anywhere that you are. Even our government have already called for unification of all groups. Even if you don't want to come and join Biafran government in Eza, you can stay in your group and support Biafra and support this government. The reason why we are telling you about this government is because it is only this government that America knows. America don't know anything about IPOB. America don't know anything about AVID. America don't know about Rising Sun. America don't know about ambassador. You cannot go to the Cruz office and say you are ambassador, you are fighting for Biafran freedom. Nobody is going to listen to you because you don't have the mandate. Okay? You don't have the mandate. You don't have anything to present to the American government. This is, you are representing the Biafran people. But Biafran Republic government in Eza has the mandate. America have already acknowledged that. State Department has already acknowledged that. So that is the reason why everybody should key on the line and support Biafran government in Eza that has the mandate, the sole responsibility, the sole mandate to protect, to speak, to defend the Biafran cause. Okay? So that is what is expected of each and every one of us. And let me also reiterate what our minister Emenike said. Our leaders in detention, no matter how strong they are, no matter how strong, how courage, how fearless you are breakable. Okay? You are breakable. They have been broken. Their level of resistance have been broken. So they can no longer resist anything that is going to dissuade them from defending Biafra. They cannot resist. Mazi Nnamdi has been in detention since 2021. How many years? So if they are giving him a window for release, and they gave him a condition of what is expected of him to do, is he not human? He has to play the ball. He has to play that ball with them so that he can come out and be free. The same thing applies to Mazi Simon Ekpa and Joko. They are playing the game. But one thing I believe is that we are in charge. We decide and determine how we play this game, because Nigerian government is very crafty and very corny. Okay? They present it to you as if it is coming from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They fashion it in a way that those who are representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu are under their payroll, all these lawyers that you see, you can imagine a Geoffo, a lawyer Geoffo, who could not get justice for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, is now suing another Biafra for the same court that did not give Mazi Nnamdi Kanu justice. The same court, he now have confidence on the same court to come and give him justice against a fellow Biafran. That is the Nigerian government script. They tell you about Sokoto Declaration. They tell you about, oh, they are a self-determination. Oh, they have a group, 100-men group that is now in charge of self-determination. What happens to the Biafran government in exile that America recognizes? You see that? And no matter anywhere that you go, go and check their handles. All the giant achievements that BRGIE has done, has achieved, you cannot see any of them share it at all. Why? Because sharing it will mean validating BRGIE. You get the point. So if they validate BRGIE, Nigerian government will come for them. So what are they going to do? They will be dodging it. They will, they will, pretend as if BRGIE is not existing while playing the Nigerian script. So Biafrans, a word they say is enough for the wise. We need to be free, and the time is now. We have a government. We have a prime minister. We have an attorney. We have a lobbyist. We have it all. What is lacking is the fund. And that is why we are asking every one of you to join hands and support this government. Very, very important. So that we will be free and we will come back to our land and develop it and live like kings and queens in the land of our ancestors. Biafra, remember, like our Minister Menike said, is God's kingdom on this planet Earth. Biafra, Alachukwu Okike Abiyama. And we can never allow the enemies to take it away from us. Never, not while we are alive. And I don't expect you to fold your hands while others are fighting for Biafra. I don't expect you to relax while others are supporting Biafra. I don't expect you to look the other way around while others are scrambling how to free themselves out of the bondage of Nigeria so that your children can as well be free. So if you don't want your children to be slaves, even in your ancestral land, this is the time to support Biafran restoration. Thank you so much, Biafrans, for being part of this broadcast. I want to appreciate every one of you. I will always like those who are on the other side of the eye. There's oh my God. I just want to appreciate all of you that were here. Monday Osas, thank you. Thank you for being here. I'm already rounding up. Glorioshi, thank you so much. I really appreciate your presence. Okay. Ikukuchukwu, I appreciate you. Thank you, Nwachineke. Nwandibo, I appreciate you, Nwachineke. Anyango Polinus, I see you. Ndocho, Merite Camp, greeting from here, my sister. I appreciate you, Nne. Thank you so much for your presence. And my minister, Emenike Charles Oja, I see you. Thank you so much for being part of this broadcast. The minister, that is so active, so committed in the issues of Biafra. Minister Emenike, I appreciate you. You really made my night. Thank you so much, sir, for being part of this program. Tegwolori Rage, the network did not allow you to speak today. Another day may be your day. Thank you so much. Onye Anyelo Guterres. Anyelo, thank you so much. Thank you so much for being part. Roslyn Nosiri. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Adenrile Lekan. Lekan Savilongo. Thank you so much for being part of this broadcast tonight. See you next time. See you tomorrow. I want to also use this opportunity, Biafrans. I use this opportunity to, appeal to you once again. You see, this laptop what they use now, na old laptop na Windows 7 now they use. The laptop no they do some kind magic for here. If I tell you now, I no go believe. Make una help me now with the laptop. Somebody can buy the laptop and send to me. I beg. I need like 11, 12 Windows, so that it will help my work. I beg. This laptop don't they give me stress. In some cases, if I want to do something, the keys, I know they feel they press the keys again. If you press the key, everywhere I go blank. So I bet before I can come on air, it took me a lot of time. It took me a lot of time. Once it off, if you want on, it will even take 30 minutes before it go on. You see? So that is some of the challenges I'm having with this laptop. Okay, so I need to change this laptop. So anyone can as well as one. Okay, I've already made the estimate of the laptop. 550 a gem will be fine for a new one. So, but if I see old one, I can still manage, I beg. So that is the issue that I have now with this laptop. Okay, so please. Oh, Mary, I've been demanding for Mike. Sorry, Mary, but it's already unfortunate. I want to close now. It's already 8 minutes to 12 p.m. So I need to sleep. So sorry about that. Maybe tomorrow, if this laptop accepts on time, we can come live again, please. So I really appreciate every one of you. I want to appreciate my information minister, Mazi Nnamdi. I really appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. I appreciate the Biafran Defense Forces, the Chief of the Biafran Defense Council, the cabinet members of Briggy. I appreciate every one of you. Our indefatigable Prime Minister, His Excellency Honorable Ogechukwu Nkere. Thank you so much. God will continue to strengthen you as you navigate us through to our freedom. Obonwe Layers, we appreciate you as well. And all the cabinet members of Briggy, I appreciate every one of you for doing wonderfully well. My fellow comrades of the Biafra media, ekenemu each and every one of you. Biafrans, please continue to support your government, continue to support your freedom. That is the only alternative that we have to Nigeria. Okay? Biafra is the only alternative because we are tired of Nigeria and Nigeria cannot benefit us as Biafrans. Having said that, I'll say good night from here. Ndewo n'ụmụ Chineke, as we are going to call it a night from here.
Hear our voices rise, land of the rising sun, forever shining bright. We rise, we shine, a future filled with hope and light. Voice of the East, hey, forever shining bright. Voice of the East.